Stand by for Gowanna.org radio. In 3, 2, 1. Cue the announcer.
You found Gowanna.org radio, your one source for tech news and reviews. Now, almost live from sunny Florida, here's your host, Gowanna McCall.
Greetings, folks, and welcome to episode 238 of Gowanna.org Radio. We got a great show lined up for you. 14 bookmarks to talk about today. On today's show, we got everything from cell phone news, some carrier news, and sports. If you're into that kind of stuff, we're going to talk a little bit about Outlook and Google Docs. Then we're going to dive into gaming, and I'm going to leave the show with some deals, some stuff if you want to save some money on some tech and some gadgets. I got a few deals at the end of the show that we're going to be talking about. Yesterday was the release of Final Fantasy 13 on the PS3. That was a big day in the gaming industry. If you guys missed that, actually it was today, but it was a midnight release last night, late last night. I played about 5 hours of it so far. Pretty good game so far. I'm going to be doing a sort of a review. I'm not sure how to review Final Fantasy 13 without, it's like it's a hard game to review without giving away so many spoilers, you know. And I try to keep my reviews as spoiler-free as possible so that people looking to buy it may be able to make a sound decision, but you kind of got to give spoilers away with Final Fantasy 13. You're like, oh, when so-and-so does this and so-and-so does that, you know, that's pretty good. It's almost impossible to do that. So I'm going to do my best to keep it spoiler-free. Even when I play it on my stream, I beg people. I'm like, don't give me spoilers. Please don't give me spoilers. Because it just it really just messes up the entire gaming experience. So check this out. It's going to be coming up shortly on the Gowanna.tv stream. And you know, I'm not going to do a mag review. People saw my mag review and they were like, oh, are you going to be doing 40-minute reviews from now on? I'm like, no, mag was a special case, so don't expect to see that. So check that out coming up shortly. We got a great show lined up for episode 238 of Gowanna.org Radio.
It's time for Gowanna.org Radio's tech news for this week.
And for our first story, we're going to be talking about some cell phone carrier news and how they relate to sports. This one was kind of big in my mind because I really like NFL football, and to have it on my cell phone would be something that I would really enjoy. But, you know, this is a carrier that I don't use. This has to do with Verizon. Verizon has signed a 4-year agreement with NFL games to show the games on their phone. Now, as you know, the Verizon has the Motorola Droid. They're going to be getting the Nexus 1. They have a whole bunch of other phones. They're touted as the best cell phone network out there. I shy away from Verizon because I think they impose as many limits as Apple, if not more. But this is a great deal. If you're on Verizon and you're into the NFL, you'll be good to know that this deal will bring the NFL to your phone, probably in a way we haven't seen yet. Now, the terms of the deal have not been disclosed, so we don't know exactly what is enclosed in this deal. So I'm excited at the same time, but I'm kind of like, man, I want that. I want that on my phone. I'm on AT&T. I got the iPhone, and you know, I'm a little bit jealous. I'll be the first to say I'm a little bit jealous. I want the NFL on my phone. So congratulations to Verizon Wireless for landing this big deal with the NFL games on mobile phones. So check this story out. This one's over on businessweek.com. Next story has to do with another cell phone deal, not really carrier related, but it has to do with the CBS Sports March Madness application. Now, March Madness is quickly approaching. Those of you into college sports probably have heard the term, but let me educate you a little bit. The March Madness is the 66, 65, I don't know how many teams they have now. It used to be just 64, but they're throwing in all this stuff. 64-player tournament, college basketball. It is one of the most exciting events that you could possibly see because, I mean, every year I watch, it's like there's probably at least half of the games that end with like a heart-stopping buzzer beater game shot, you know. And it's called March Madness because it's madness. You go to one game and it's a close game. You go to another game, it's a close game. You got all these Cinderella teams that you root for. And this is going to be coming to your iPhone and iPod Touch. This is the CBS official March Madness on-demand app. It's going to be like the MLB iPhone app that offers streaming video on demand of the 63 March Madness games. And the videos, they will even come over 3G and Edge. So you don't have to be in a Wi-Fi location if you want to catch your favorite team or you just want to see what's going on with the game. You know, it even has connections to Facebook and Twitter. Lots of features coming with this. So if you want to get your March Madness on your iPhone or iPod Touch, CBS Sports March Madness official app was probably going to be the app you're going to want to use. I'm definitely going to get it and check it out. This story is over on the unofficial appleweblog.com and tua.com. They got the details over there. Next story, we're going to shift gears. I talked a little bit about Twitter and Facebook on that particular story, but there's a Twitter clone that I used to follow a lot, and it was called Identica, IDENTI.ca. They recently changed their name to Statusnet or Status.net, and this is kind of this project was birthed as an open source alternative to Twitter. And not only just an open source alternative to Twitter, they wanted a federated system so that if one server were to go down, other servers would compensate in a sort of a fashion, you know, kind of like that. I'm not going to get into details of how exactly they're going to federate the servers. I love saying federate. It just brings out the Star Trek in me. Oh, no, that's terrible Klingon. Anyway, Statusnet has launched their public beta. So if you want to run your own Twitter clone, you can go over to Statusnet and join the public beta. Like I said, it's pretty much exactly like Twitter. They have a lot of good features on it. I mean, it's almost feature for feature the same as Twitter. Very fast. And they have paid enterprise solutions as well. So if you're a business and you want something more robust, not just a personal Twitter, you can do that as well. So check this out. Statusnet public beta has been launched. So if you're curious about how this thing works, or if you want to embed your own Twitter in your own community, Leo did it with the Twit Army, and it turned out to be very, very big. It was using the Identica/Statusnet Laconica technology, and the Twit Army has their own Twitter, if you will. So they're using this technology as well. Check it out. This one's over on readwriteweb.com. The next story has to do with Google Docs. Google Docs. And I like Google Docs. I'm using it more and more and more and more. And not only because they allow you to upload any file type, because, you know, that essentially turned Google Docs into a G drive. You can upload any type of doc now. But it's just so convenient to access the same document on multiple computers, because I'm always switching computers. I mean, I got a Windows computer here, I got a Mac computer here, I got a couple laptops that I use, and I'm always switching. You know, I may be doing something, I want to look at that doc, I want to edit that doc, or I'm editing video notes from one.tv on one computer and I need to transfer them to another one. I just open Google Docs on both and I can simultaneously edit the same document on both computers. Very, very cool technology. Now, if I were a Microsoft Outlook user, this would probably be the solution for me. And I'm not going to use it for work because we use Outlook at work. But, you know, you may want to look at this. You can access Google Docs right now right in Microsoft Outlook. Yeah, this is a great piece of software here. And it allows you to basically show your Google Docs right within Outlook. And check out this article over on nirmaltv.com, and it's using the Harmony sidebar. And you can easily drag and drop documents, and you can see that it really it's easy to collaborate with documents within Outlook. So if you're an Outlook user and you want to utilize Google Docs right within the Harmony toolbar, if you will, Harmony sidebar, you should check this out. And this article points out that you can't install it on Outlook 2010. So if you're using 2010, don't bother with it. That works on previous versions though. Check it out on LifeRocks 2.0 or NirmalTV.com. You can access Google Docs from Microsoft Outlook. Check that story out, and I think you'll like it if you are into Google Docs and you use Microsoft Outlook. Next story, we're going to keep talking about Google, but we're going to be moving on to something very exciting. And if you're into Android, if you're into the Android OS, moving beyond the cell phone, moving beyond the possible netbook or the tablet, yeah, check this out. Google and Dish Network are testing TV search on Android-based set-top boxes. Didn't see that coming, did you? Android-based set-top boxes. Huh? 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 Yeah. Whoa, man. I've been totally missing this. This was not on my radar, and apparently it's been going on for a while. But they're now testing TV search in collaboration with Dish Network. Google is using Android on set-top boxes, and that's the part I can't get past. It's not really the TV search. It's I don't know. I don't know the words for it, but I think it's big news that Android is going to be coming to more and more set-top boxes, and Google is getting involved in testing the search components of it. Check it out. This one's over on a gadget. They got the details and the scoop. Over there.
You're listening to Bawana.org Radio, a potpourri of tech news and reviews.
Have you ever had to share a file? Yeah, you have. Have you ever had to share a large file? Maybe. Yeah. Have you ever had to share a ridiculously large file? Well, this article over on CNET probably will help you. How to save and share ridiculously large files. Now, here's a list of services that are out there that are free, and some may offer premium services that you can peruse if you need to share like a 1 gigabyte file with somebody. It could be an HD video. It could be something you need to share at work, or something you need to get across to people. Here are some of the free ones. They have A Drive, which is a 2 gigabyte limit. File Expressit, which is also 2 gigabyte. Humyo, which is 10 gigabytes. Wow! It has a free and a paid plan, and very generous. Very, very generous. 10 gigabytes. Dropbox, of course, has a 2 gigabyte limit. File Dropper, has a 5 gigabyte limit. Sizable Send has a 2 gigabyte limit. WeTransfer, 2 gigabytes. Glide's G Drive apparently has no limit. There's always a catch, so look into that. Send This File also has a no limit, but they said some browsers may cap it at 2 gigabytes. And then you have the paid ones: DivShare, Box.net, Streamfile, Drop.io, which I use personally. Drop.io is very, very cool. It even has fax capabilities, email, voicemail. Yeah, Drop.io is pretty ridiculous, and I actually pay for that. Very, very cool service. Gigasize has a no limit. Mail Big File has 2 gigabyte. YouSendIt, 2 gigabyte. And SendSpace with 1.5 gigabyte. Now, this article talks about which ones to use, which ones you should probably look at. But if you're in this market, guys, if you want to send and save ridiculously large files on the internets, here's the article for you. This one's over on CNET Web Crawler, a blog by Josh Lauenshan, who has the details on how to save and send and share ridiculously large files. Check it out over there. We're going to shift gears now. That was a terrible noise. But we're going to shift gears to gaming. And a big announcement was made by one of my favorite people in dev shops I love to hate, Valve. Valve has officially, now we've been talking about all the rumors, and we heard that Portal was officially ported to Mac OS X, but Valve has officially announced that their game library, the first-party titles, which are using the Source engine, will be on the, well, I'm not going to say ported, they will be on the Mac platform in April. These are going to be native written copies of these games on Mac OS X. They include Left 4 Dead. Well, they didn't say Left 4 Dead. Okay, Left 4 Dead 2, Team Fortress 2, Counter-Strike, Portal, and the Half-Life series. And the good news is that if you've already bought them on the PC platform, you don't have to buy them on the Mac. Isn't that cool? All you gotta do is just download them again. download them again. Download them again. That's all you have to do. And also, if you want to play with your PC counterparts, you can do that as well. They're going to be sharing the same servers. And, one of the interesting things I remember reading about this is, they're introducing a new piece of technology called Steam Play, which allows, cross-platform play of titles you buy once. Steam Play. And, it's going to be a collaboration probably with the Steam Cloud idea. But this is big news. On top of the Portal 2 announcement, for Mac, and Steam obviously is coming to Mac. These first-party titles, and I did a video on this on Born.tv, I haven't posted yet, will be coming to the Mac platform. Very exciting news if you're a Mac gamer. Check it out. That one's over on MacRumors.com, but it's all over the web, guys. Check it out. We're over there. Now, let's talk about the PS3. Let's talk about the PS3 a little bit. Now, analysts tend to say things about consoles, and analysts tend to say negative and positive things based on they take the data and then they start to speculate, and they use their God-given knowledge to give us some sort of a prediction, if you will. And their talents sometimes fail them. They're pretty much way off. So this analyst here, the Strategic Analysis Connected Home Devices Service, or SAC HD, has released a very controversial prediction. They have stated that in the long run, when it's all said and done, the PS3 is going to outsell both the 360 and the Nintendo Wii. And they predict that the Wii's, they even admit that the Wii hardware sales are ridiculously high, but they expect them to taper off tremendously, and they expect the PS3 global lifetime sales to reach 127 million when it's all said and done, and they predict the Wii will have 103 million. Everybody's talking about this 10-year console life. I think even Microsoft is even doing it now, saying the 360 has 5 more years left in it, and stuff like that. But this analyst has come out with a controversial article, guys, and it's hard for me to agree with a lot of these points, because I'm a big believer that nobody can really accurately predict the future, and most times they're wrong. But the data that's supporting this is pretty solid. The data supporting it is solid, but it can change at any moment. We're definitely seeing an upswing in PS3 popularity. People are realizing the PS3 does have games. People are realizing the PS3 does not have laggy online, as people would say. All these rumors are being debunked, and people are actually buying PS3 games, and they're looking at the PS3 exclusives and going, "Wow, that's pretty good." This has been a pretty good year so far for the platform. But I wouldn't go as far as to say it's going to win the whole race. That's to me, that's taking a step beyond, I'm not going to say logic, but it's just hard to believe that that's going to happen, especially with the massive lead that the Wii has. I do believe Sony is turning it around. Like I said, they had a really good 2009. And 2009 was a great year for PS3. But the 360 is still selling strong, and the Wii is still selling strong. And, most people who are buying PS3, it's like their second console. They already have either a Wii or 360. And they're like, well, let me try PS3 to play Heavy Rain, or to play Final Fantasy 13, or to play, Metal Gear Solid 4, all these different God of War 3, all these different exclusives that are coming out now. Gran Turismo is going to be coming out, to try. I don't know if it's going to speak to the longevity of the console, though. So check the story out. The SAC HD prediction that the PS3 is going to outsell rival consoles. I don't know, guys. Tell me what you think in the show description, comments, stuff like that there. Check it out. Gama Sutra has the article. Now we're going to talk about Battlefield Bad Company 2. Been playing quite a bit of this lately, guys, and I got to tell you, it's a love-hate relationship. It reminds me of Valve. It does remind me of Valve. You kind of have that love-hate relationship. You really, really love the game, but you get so frustrated when they do stupid stuff. When they just you're like, why? Part of me has sympathy for E8 DICE, because I know what goes on behind the scenes with IT shops, especially when you're trying to scale infrastructure. That's one of my expertise, actually, in the business world. And I know what they're going through, but as a consumer, I'm just going, man, I gave you money. I want my service. I gave you money. I want my service. You know, you can't look past that. So our own community member, Kovacs 914, I think Ian 36, and a couple other people have bought the PS3 version of Bad Company 2, and they, you know, have expressed some real frustrations. And, you know, it's partly because, you know, some glaring bugs. The biggest bug out there is that, you know, you buy the limited edition of the thing and you can't get the unlocks that come with it. So EA is going to be patching the PS3 version of Bad Company 2 first, and they're going to fix that glaring problem of the online store. The online store, so that people can get those unlocks that they paid for. You know, they were promised in this limited edition they'll be getting certain weapons and certain perks at launch. You know, that was an incentive to buy early and not wait, and they're broken. So they're going to be patching this on the PS3 first. They claimed it was going to be live yesterday. I haven't heard anything today, but it wasn't live really late last night. So the VIP content is what they're calling it. The VIP content will be accessible after this patch for PS3 owners. They say the PC and 360 versions will not be patched yet because they're still monitoring the server issue, because those platforms are having serious scaling issues with the server. So they're going to be looking at those servers very, very closely to make sure that those servers are stable. Then they'll decide to patch that particular those particular platforms. So check it out. This one's over on PlayStationLifestyle.net. Hopefully the patch will be up soon if it's not up already. Speaking of Battlefield Bad Company 2, man, it's just getting worse over here. This is a story that was translated by Yahoo Babelfish, and this is a Netherlands article that states that EA Dice has asked their server partners like GameServers.com, MyInternet, I think it's MyInternetServices.com. These partners which rent out servers to you and I so that we can run our own servers. They've asked them to stop renting servers until they can get this scaling issue resolved. Apparently EA Online can't handle the load, and they don't want to rent out more servers because it's scaling too fast. This is a very smart move, actually, a very bold move by EA Dice, because they got to get this load under control before they add more users. Because, you know, they may fix something one day and then the next day there's 2,000 more people. Oh, and it breaks it again. And then the next day there's 20,000 more people, and then it breaks it again. Every time they fix it, it's an everlasting cycle. So they got to stop getting new servers and handle the existing load and be able to fix and scale that load so they can get it higher. So they're asking the service providers to stop renting servers. This is a bold move. Not good for us as a consumer, but smart for them at EA Dice to get this thing under control. It's pretty bad. So check this out. This is a translated article from the Netherlands regarding Battlefield Bad Company 2 servers being stopped, being rented by the partners. And we're going to continue on this Battlefield Bad Company thing, but this is good news, especially if you're on the PC platform. Baza JT on the DICE forums posted a statement that people are going gaga over. He is stating that the PC currently has more people playing and are in game servers than they have more people playing online than both the consoles combined. That's saying a lot. The last time I seen this happen was a game called Team Fortress 2. The PC platform is being constantly bashed by analysts, saying that it's a dying platform. And my rebuttal to that, and I keep saying it, is just shooters. It's just shooters. Everything else is fine. It's just shooters. So this is a big turnaround. And I think a lot of this has to do with the Modern Warfare 2 Infinity Ward fiasco. The Modern Warfare 2 fiasco. And, you know, a lot of those gamers didn't buy Modern Warfare 2 and probably would not have bought this game had it not been for Infinity Ward. So, you know, a lot of people just buying it to get back at Infinity Ward. So that probably added a few more people. Plus, the game is really polished on the PC. You can tell they care. You can tell they put strides in it to make the PC version a PC version and not just a console port, which is just a common term that's used. So, Battlefield Bad Company 2, congratulations. The PC version is the most played online today.
found Bawana.org Radio. Tech news and tech gadgets for the hardcore geek in all of us.
Next story, we're going to give you some deals. Remember I promised you guys some deals? Let's talk about some deals. If you guys want to get a 360, here's a good deal for you. There's a new Xbox 360 Elite bundle, which includes Halo 3 ODST and Forza 3 for $300. This is a great bundle. Great deal if you're looking to buy a 360. I highly encourage you to get this particular deal. Now, you don't have to be into Halo, but Forza 3 is a quality title. And, you know, if this thing just includes Forza 3 by itself, I think it would be a good deal as well. So check this out, guys. This is over on joystick.com. They got links to the bundles, and, you know, it's going to be, they're talking about all the other bundles that are out there. But, you know, this is one that I think the Xbox 360 users or people who are looking to buy a new 360 or just want to get an Elite. Maybe you just want to upgrade that old launch 360 to an Elite and sell your old one or something. Here's a good bundle to get started. Check it out. Joystick has the article. Also, next deal, we're going to talk about Battlefield Bad Company 1. Now, if you played the single-player version of Battlefield Bad Company, Tech Bargains, Battlefield Bad Company 2, Tech Bargains has a deal for you if you want to play the first one. The 360 version of Battlefield Bad Company is $10. $10 at Walmart. So if you want to get that version of Battlefield Bad Company, just to play single player, not even the multiplayer. If you just want to play through the single player, see how it compares to the second one, here's a cheap way of doing it. $9.99. Check it out. Tech Bargains has a deal over there. And finally, we're going to talk about Star Trek Online. This is a great deal for you Trekkies out there if you want to get into Star Trek. Star Trek Online has a deal through Amazon for $28. $28. Now, this is a deal of the day. I'm not sure if it's still going on. I hope it is. But they have temporarily discounted the collector's edition from $80 to $48. Wow, man. That is a huge cut off of the original prices of this game. Now, Star Trek Online, I played through the beta. It's a good game, guys. You know, the foot missions are kind of goofy, but the space missions are very, very enthralling, and that's all I did when I played. The space missions are awesome. Star Trek Online, $28. Collector's editions, $48 through Amazon. Deals upon deals upon deals. And that concludes episode 238 of Bawana.org Radio. I want to thank everybody for coming by. We're here every Tuesday, Thursday night, live at Bawana.tv, doing it up 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're doing it here at live.bawana.tv. And, you know, we got a great community, great chat. Everybody's here having fun. You know, we get occasional idiots, but they're idiots. They're going to be idiots. We have a rule here. No idiots allowed. If you're going to be an idiot, leave. And we get occasional idiots, and they promptly leave. So we're idiot-free here at live.bawana.tv. So thank you, everybody, for coming by. I encourage you to join our forums as well as bawana.org/forum. Discuss tech, talk about stuff, be up to date on what's going on with me and my stuff at bawana.org/forum. Also, guys, go to tpnlineup.com. I forgot to mention this last show. I'm going to be a special guest and guest host on TPN Lineup. That's tpnlineup.com with Andy McCaskey. I was on there with Mike of Mike Tech Show, and we had a great interview. We were talking about our upcomings and, you know, my origins and why I podcast and equipment I use, all that juicy stuff. For you guys who are interested in this, you know, TPN Lineup should be posting that shortly. It's not up yet, I don't think. But tpnlineup.com, check it out over there. All right, guys, that concludes episode 238 of Bawana.org Radio. And I will see you next time. Bye.